Ladies and gentlemen, we have a show for you tonight.
Water aerobics like a couple days, and I was like,
Mattress Fort, a really cool place. I'm glad that I got a chance to play here for my first show, and yeah, it's like all my friends live here, and it's cool.
It's all about you.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
My first Mattress Fort show was my freshman year of college, and I lived in the dorms. I had like one friend at the time that I met at KNC through the DJ interview or application process. We had our bikes, and we biked all the way down to the Mattress Fort, and I got to see Madeline, who is awesome and was on Planet X Records. You know that? It's like solo guitar stuff. It was really sick, and everyone was just like sitting on the floor. And it was pretty cool because like I had come here from Virginia and literally knew no one, and I got to be in a cool community.
My string broke, right? Because I was playing too hard. Because when you're in a shoegaze band, sometimes you play your guitar too hard.
I don't, because it's already loud.
Yeah, that's not really what happened.
I mean, like at its peak, it was doing like lots of touring bands that were really cool, like Math the Band. I'm pretty sure it's Math the Band played. There's some other awesome touring bands, Krill, a lot of really great bands that I probably wouldn't have seen otherwise because they would be not cool enough or not like big enough to play like Kings or something, but they still want to play and are still awesome.
Who else played our first show?
Muse and Mouth.
Yeah.
I didn't know Muse and Mouth back then. I didn't know Carl back then, and I know he gave.
You didn't know Carl back then?
I didn't know. I know he gave us a shout out, and I was really intimidated until I met Carl, and then I realized he's the most unintimidating guy I know.
Graham, shut up. Graham, you need to shut up right now.
I like Carl a lot.
She canceled and then she tweeted something about being in New York. You don't just like cancel a show in North Carolina and then randomly fly to New York. She canceled because she didn't want to play. Because she knew I was in town.
Was this band from Portland and this band from Boston, and they stayed at Billy's house, and he kind of fell in love with the aspect of hosting bands too. So when I was 20, me and him decided to get a house together and to do this sort of thing about once a month.
Katie just runs it. She just runs the show. She's like the queen of the castle per se, and books all the bands. She puts her heart and soul in this. I've seen her cry. This is Billy right here. Kiss me, Billy, kiss me. And that's what the Mattress Fort is, it's just a big love.
So like when we started, I wanted to run a house that wasn't genre specific. I wanted to be very open about what we did, so like people could find our address and find shows. I wanted people who had never come to a show before to come to a show. People who couldn't afford it to pay what they could. And I wanted bands that would skip over Raleigh just to have a place to play.
Like me and Katie have been Roll Dogs for a while, like since I was like 19, so that makes her like 16, like 17, around there. We've been going to shows since she was like 17. She's the one that got me into local music, basically. At the Luna Bean in Wilson, I saw this band, Hammer and Fingers. And I fell in love with it, and I was like, oh, I gotta see this band every time they play, all the time. So me and Katie started going out with Greenville, because they were playing there a lot. They're from Durham, the Triangle area. And the Spazatorium. And just like saw all these incredible bands play.
I'd say that the house that we most, like, me and Billy based ourselves off of was the Spaz. This guy, Jeff Blinder, he booked shows in Greenville for several years and got like several violations and all this stuff, but just kind of kept with it. He now lives in Philly and he booked shows for both towns still, and he's like the most resilient person in DIY I've ever met.
I think I called it Best Couch, yeah, because of like fine. That one got destroyed at the hardcore show is what we call it.
So without the Mattress Fort, there would be no Ghost Blonde, there would be no Naked Naps. I came here because they sent me an email and I was playing in a band, Coastal Vision, when I was like 16 years old. They messaged me via Facebook and were like, we want to play with you, but we don't think you can because you're underage. We don't want this to get blown up. But they let me come anyway. And when we first played our first show here, we played like 5 people. It was Katie, Billy, and Chris, and the neighbors. And then within the course of a year, it became pandemonium craziness. They invited my old band to play on my 18th birthday, and it came into elbow to elbow. Somebody brought a infant baby in here, and I don't know, just watching the dynamic of the house and people just become so friends. I'm so happy to be a part of this and have known Katie, Billy, and Chris for creating this space that's not like a punk house. They keep it very clean, they still live here, and the thing they've always done is always post the address online so it can be easily accessed, and it's actually a community. People come to the Mattress Fort, they don't even know who the band is, and they'll come here, and then all of a sudden they'll be like, oh my god, I love you, you're on tour, let me buy all your records, all your shirts. And I've just seen so many friendships form here, and bands have been formed in the audience saying, oh, I love this band, this band too, let's join this. And this is a really special place, and it's killing right now. You can hear that inside. Ask for a Cowboy or Wilmington. I'm just so happy to be a part of this. Just spending hours here pulling down a mattress off the walls, sleeping here, waking up with the same shit-faced grin that I had on the night before. Recording our album here in this kitchen, staying up super late, and like actually bonding. It's not like a punk like, oh, you don't like this kind of music, you don't have this certain aesthetic, get out of here. Everyone is welcome here. Brent Road, the infamous NC State College neighborhood, we've had frat bros come in here and discover some hardcore band they talk shit about, and all of a sudden they tell their friends, and everyone just knows the Mattress Fort. And then all the secret shows and all the effort, like there's so much sincerity that Katie, Billy, and Chris have put in here. And I'm just so happy to have been along for the ride and just got to take advantage of the awesomeness that is this. And I'm probably gonna cry when this is all over, but it's been a good run, good 2 years, and I hope everyone in Raleigh really misses the absence of this scene that has been fostered, and hopefully kids get inspired when they come here and go do this themselves, and keeps on going.
This is sad.
This is it. That's it.
I love you.
That's it, man.
I love you.
I love you too.
Hey, that was like the greatest night ever. Yeah. Who feels that way? It's really sad though.
So sad.
Because it's over. Cry because it's just cry because it was beautiful.
Long live Mattress Fort!
Oh.